Hello and welcome to an episode of Butt Mashers. And today we're talking about BlackRock. This is going to be an old news episode, no news 4 days ago episode, but something that I wanted to cover because it relates to the video game industry. Because guess what? We're talking about DEI and BlackRock. I don't know why I sound so excited. Anyways, anyone who's watching this, the whole DEI thing has affected the industry, and instead of making good games that happen to have like black characters or female characters, they're putting essentially the forefront of this character. Each game must have a certain amount of diverse people instead of gameplay. And I think you essentially run into the Eternals situation where the cast was so diverse, which it, the movie was crap, and instead of having, like, I think I would call it the Power Rangers setup, where the Power Rangers had a core team of diverse characters and sort of revolved the story around them. Instead, they just try to ham fist it every second and make the product bad. And then they go on saying, "Oh yeah, this is the first." Just put in minority and then type of character, minority type character. And then they be like, "Oh yeah, it's a chance fault that the movies fail." It's like, or movie, game, comic, whatever you want. Or blaming the racists when here's my issue. I grew up in the 90s, and I don't know how they could. I mean, maybe people got black pilled during 2016 till now, but that's a different story. Like, how can you call people racist when, especially if you grew up in the 90s, we grew up with shows like That's So Raven, The Cosby Show, Power Rangers, The Proud Family, The Rugrats, sort-ish, French Prince of Bel-Air. So I don't know what these people are talking about. I think, and this is what I truly believe in my heart, and I'm wrong. I think people want good products, and it doesn't matter who's in it. People just want good stories or good games. The problem is, I think what with this DI thing, it really backfired because essentially blackpilled every single person, or most of the people, for cast with diverse characters, because it's going to be a luxury mess. So that's just my thought on a DI thing. But anyways, so back to the so BlackRock dissolves DEI, or says they're going to get rid of DEI. So that's the first thing, and it's sort of interesting because it comes at a time where Trump came in office, but I think that's a whole cultural shift because I think most people were done with it, and especially if you look at the electoral college maps, a lot of the blue places like New York and California were being really held out by the cities when it comes to like being red and blue. The cities were blue. So I think that indicates sort of a culture shift where people are like, yeah, we're not into this. And I think especially with companies, even before the election, the companies were essentially shutting down because they had failed games like Rocksteady and stuff. Oh, and Warner Bros. Studio for Suicide Squad. They shut down too. They literally had to shut down a studio because of that. So I think people have spoken, but does that mean BlackRock has spoken? No. I think either one or two things is going to happen because this is called the Pirate Nation without the E. It says they're announced that existing DEI staff would be merged into talent and culture team, so that could be essentially be a rebranding of DEI. I don't know. That could be it. or two is it's they are looking for a different rebranding. They're just gonna put them in the talent and culture department right because BlackRock has the money. I mean, their stocks are $946 or 900. Hold on, let me go check. Their stocks are a lot of fucking money right now. And they're a big company. They're at not yeah $946. Stocks went down by 7%, which by stock market standards, and I could be wrong, but if anyone knows stocks more than me, you can tell me in the comments. Have fun. Um, but I usually think like if it's a 1% drop, it's not that bad. But if it's like going from 7 to 10, then it's like yeah, we got problems here. Because most a lot of the companies I see that drop from 7 to 10% also at the same time have these correlating like bad press releases and all that stuff. So yeah, so that could be one of the things that they're trying to rebrand. Or two is, I think, sort of the places that are stronghold of the ideology, the woke DEI ideology, are sort of places where most of like video games and movies are produced, like California and stuff. Granted, I think with that's a different story with the movies. But right now with video games, we'll just stay with video games. Cali, Europe, and all the places that already are on board with this technology. So even if let's say Larry Fink has to capitulate or just sort of play the role, you still got people out there who are sort of just espousing ideology, because they're on board with it. And even if you have to wait 4 years, hopefully there's no big changes. I mean, either way, I don't. Either way, as long as the gaming industry doesn't outsource people who will essentially keep the ideology alive and well. And I think that's maybe all he needs at the moment. I mean, yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just say I'm getting rid of DI, but let's say you don't know the future. Let's believe like this. The only thing you can do is prepare. Um, but he could just be like, okay, I don't know who the next president is, but I have people who sort of agree with my ideology and are sort of in powerful places, in positions that could produce that art or that sort of stuff. Because the problem is you got like people with Larion that already are like Larion has a person of Sony UK, and then the the Dungeons and Dragons game is being ran by the person who wrote Veilguard. So it's not like there's really no changes. Like it's just sort of like playing the role. That's my thought. What do you guys think? Anyways, happy gaming. Take care. Bye. Enjoy your day, night, evening. Stay hydrated. And again, happy gaming. Take care. Bye.